Hi, this is Maria Mandarino here, and thank you for being here. Um, this is a place where we talk about spirituality, spiritual direction, and the Enneagram, and sometimes astrology. So today I'm mostly going to be talking about the Enneagram, but first, if you've been here and you've been around as I've been talking about the webinar that happened yesterday, and if you were here for the live and you missed it, I profoundly apologize. I have the unique distinction of living in Arizona, where our time zone does not change, and my tech guy, who was awesome in so many ways. I should have alerted him to the fact that our time zone doesn't change. So the reminder, the course started at 10 a.m. my time, and the reminder was supposed to go out at 9 a.m., but it went out in a different time zone. So it actually went out at 10. So I profoundly apologize if you were among the people that were waiting for a reminder, and it didn't actually come to the course time. So the link did go out, the recording did go out. I believe it was like last night at around 10:30, he got it out for me. So I do apologize. It's a living and learning moment here. I'm so used to living here that I kind of forget about other people don't know about our time zone issue. So, which is going to actually be the topic of what we talk about today, because this morning I kind of had an epiphany around that. And it's Enneagram related. But before we go ahead, I'd like to remind you to remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share. I really appreciate the participation that you guys have put forth. It's really made a difference in the channel and reaching more people, and I'd like to reach even more people. So please remember to like, comment, subscribe, and share if you haven't already subscribed. Most of our viewers seem to not be subscribers. So if you wouldn't mind putting your energy behind subscribing to the channel, if you like the work that I do, if you want to see more of it, that would really be helpful. So I'm trying to reach 500. It's a modest goal by the end of the year, which is going to be here pretty soon. So yeah, if you would be kind enough to do that, and let other people know that I'm here, that I'm doing this work, and sharing it with the greater community. So back to my Arizona time zone issue yesterday. So, my first reaction was, can I live somewhere else where we just go with the flow of the time zone shift that happens to everybody else, instead of half the year being Pacific time and half the year being Mountain time, and having to remind people rather that we have appointments with, that for this half of the year we're on Pacific time, for that half of the year. It sounds silly, but it really is frustrating. I'm thinking, if I just lived anywhere else. But the truth of the matter is, you either love this place or you hate it. And I chose to move here, and I moved back here. I actually left here, lived in Colorado for a while, which is a beautiful place to live. And but I chose to move back here. There's something about this place that calls me back. And like I said, you either love it or you hate it. A lot of people are trying to run out of it. And when they do run out of it, they usually don't run back like I did. So there's the reality. I love this place. And I remember many years ago, a family member of mine had visited the desert from back east, had never been to the desert before. And she came back and she said this thing, and I was still living on the East Coast then, but I had been here a lot. And she said, "There's nothing there." And I hadn't spent all that much time in the desert, but spent a few years visiting, like I said, but I knew enough. There was plenty here, and all you had to do was look. There's plenty of life in the desert. The thing is, it doesn't look like life anywhere else, number one. Number two, if it's going to make it here, it's got to be real tough. It's got to be really resilient. So, so in my acupuncture practice, the name of that practice is West Valley Acupuncture, but the tagline on that practice is strength in adversity. And that's how I do everything in the clinic. I think it's probably how I do everything here too. I'm just looking for where's the challenge in life? Because if you're coming to me, you're coming in with a challenge. You're coming in with a thing that you want to get to. Whether it's a health related thing, whether it's a spirituality um, quest that you're on, a challenge that you're dealing with, there's adversity. And I'm kind of like the adversity woman. And my approach to things is, okay, so we have this adversity thing going on. So where's your resilience? Where's your strength? How do you go at this thing called adversity and how the adversity looks for you? So that is my tagline in my acupuncture practice, strength in adversity, right? And I think that's a tagline for living in the desert. And the way I work is everything's a metaphor for something else, right? So to me, the desert's a metaphor for our lives. We're going to see it as there's nothing here, or are we going to see our resilience and our strength and what I also call our grit? Um, during our COVID isolation period, when we were all going on solitary walks, that spring of 2020, I went for a walk near my home, and there was a cactus that pretty tall one that was drying up and dying, which is kind of sad to see, but we see that here. Um, and coming up from the root, from the earth, dry. But by the way, the ground here, if you don't live here, ground here is like cement. I mean, you can't just take a shovel to it. It is dry and rock hard. Okay. Coming out of the earth, it actually broke the dirt. Um, was this cactus that was about like, I don't know, it's about that big, this little growing cactus that was just pushing up out of the earth as the main plant was dying. Um, and I just saw it as a metaphor. Like I said, you can see nothing. You could see death. You could see the end. Or you can see this grit, this spirit of the plant pushing up out of the dirt and saying, yeah, no, I'm going to make it. And that's part of why I do love living here. So, one of my questions for you, and this is going to be a short thing, it's kind of, we're just going to dance in the metaphor a little bit here. And it really does stem out of what happened yesterday with the time zone, because if I lived somewhere else, this wouldn't have happened yesterday with the webinar thing, right? But yeah, today I just kind of want to riff on this idea of where is your grit, and not only where is your grit, where is your strength in adversity, but where is it in your Enneagram map? How do you go about finding your strength in adversity? When things come along and challenge you, as whatever thing that you're growing in your soul decides it's going to keel over. What else in your soul is going to push up through that cement, hard dirt and say, yeah, no, I'm coming back? And where does that live in your Enneagram? How do you do it? How do you do adversity? I guess is what I'm saying. How do you do adversity in the desert of your life through your Enneagram type? So I can only give you a glimpse of that through my own type. I lead with 5. I am an observer, a researcher, an investigator. But first and foremost, I am going to stand back and watch. I'm going to figure out the lay of the land. And it's a withdrawing stance that 5s do, right? But that can work against you, or you can make it work for you. So this is a higher, lower side of the Enneagram, right? We know this was there's shadow, there's higher self. And my standing back is almost like that dormant, the root being dormant of that cactus. Figuring it out, finding my center, finding my calm, getting to the place where the thinking, because we're thinking types, right? We're head types, where we just let the thinking run out. That's kind of how I look at it. Just let it run out. If you do morning pages, Julia Cameron's The Artist Way, if you're familiar with that book, if you're not familiar with that book, go right onto Amazon or wherever you buy your books and go order it. The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron, it's one of my favorite books. But she talks about morning pages in that book. And morning pages are basically 3 pages of handwritten, dumping out whatever's in your mind. We all need to do this. Okay, all 9 of us, all 9 times. But fives need to run out the thoughts. That's what we do because we think. We think and we think and we run around in circles and we keep thinking. Um, so morning pages are a great way for me to do that, to just kind of dump out the mind. And then you're left with the quiet. You're left with the stillness. And then you can hear, I don't mean hear, but hear as it comes in from above. Excuse me. And you can receive, is really what I'm saying. Excuse me. You can receive wisdom. And that's how I do as a five. That's how I find my strengths. And that's how I reach for resilience. Um, and I think that's something we all need to do. We all need to be able to do it. We all do it in 9 different ways. And I would love it if all of the types listening to this might share in the comments how you do it, how you do the resilience thing, how you find your strength in your type, what makes that emerging cactus say, yeah, no, I'm going to make it. That might be falling over, but I'm going to push up and I'm going to make it. It takes a lot of energy, takes a lot of intent, um, takes grit, takes resilience. So share with us. Let me know. Let us all know. What does your resilience look like in the Enneagram? Where does it come from? Where's the root? Excuse me. Before I lose my voice, I think I'm going to close. It was a lot of talking yesterday. So, if you do want to work with me, if you like this kind of work, this is one of the ways I work with people. I love working with people with metaphor. And metaphor can take on many, many forms, okay? But I do that in spiritual direction with people. We usually meet about once a month. It's a 75-minute call. Um, you can sign up for a discovery call, just kind of see how we get on. Then we decide from there if we're going to work together. I do have a virtual program that I have not talked about all that much here. It is either a 12-week program or a 14-week program, and whichever one you do is reliant upon whether or not you've been typed in the Enneagram, or if you're really, really secure in your type. If you're really, really secure in your type, we do the 12-week program. It's called Find the Deeper You. This is on my website. You can find that. Should be under the services and then scroll to, I believe it's the Enneagram tab. It might be its own tab at this point. I'm not too sure what the web guy has done with it. But it's definitely under services and scroll through the Enneagram section. So the virtual program, Find the Deeper You. If you don't know your type, you're going to need the 14-week program because that gives us the 2 meetings that help us, lock in your type. And then the next 12 weeks are the work that we do. So the way that's structured is that's every week, depending on which package you're on, for either 12 or 14 weeks. We just keep going week after week, and we just go deeper and deeper and deeper. It's a fantastic way to really dig and excavate. We don't just do the Enneagram, it's spiritual direction, it's some Bach flower sessions in there as well. It's really deep excavation work that's meant to get you somewhere on the fast track, pretty much. So that's available. Enneagram typing is available with me. And again, for all of these, I encourage you to schedule the discovery call first. The way I do my typing, it's 2 sessions. They're about 60 to 90 minutes a piece, so we really go pretty deep. And then you get a typed report after that. And then as I've been talking about, the webinar is, I don't know if it's linked yet to the website, but if you do sign up, if it's not already linked, you will get it. You will get the copy if you haven't already signed up for that. But I think at this point you can just, I have to check with them. I don't want to talk out of turn, but I think you can automatically get it if you sign up now. But if not, it'll be there within a day. And my course, that's the other thing. So if you didn't get to the webinar yesterday, my Enneagram course, Smart But Stuck. This is for people who have tried all the things, have read all the books and they're looking at everybody else and what everybody else has done that works for everybody else. And they've tried what everybody else does, but you always seem to come back to repeating the same mistakes. But you're a super smart person, might even have a few degrees, and you can't seem to figure out how to make it work for you. This is the course. It's a virtual course designed to get you through those kinds of challenges. So if you keep finding yourself in the same jobs, in the same relationship with different people with different names, but it's really the same person showing up, this is the course designed to broaden your awareness, and help you navigate through those patterns and create new patterns. So yeah, that is available as well. That's on the website. Courses, go to the webinar, not the webinar, go to the course. I think it says course smart but stuck. So it's the second tab under courses. So please again remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know how you do resilience through your Enneagram. What has the Enneagram taught you about resilience? How do you push up through that hard concrete like dirt? Okay, I want to know. And I know other people can use that information as well. So thank you so much for being here. I really am grateful to all of you, and I'm equally as grateful to everyone here who was very patient and kind yesterday. Thank you so much. All right, and hope when you do catch the webinar and the recording that you enjoy it. All right, thanks so much. You guys have a great week. See you soon. Bye.